In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to fully assemble the SSE18. We start with the frame and push the gearbox from the bottom to the top, making sure you pinch with your fingers the wires so that they don't go off out of their grooves. Good. You don't need to secure it because we first need to put the barrel in. At this stage, to make things easier, you can take this part off and leave it off until the end of the assembly. Then we need to route this trigger and also this arm through the wiring. And you can see here, it's literally within this loop. I'm just routing it, putting it in, and then we can start aligning things. First, push the front of the barrel inside the frame so that it is properly aligned. Don't worry about anything else at this stage. Push it back in, and now you can actually push the gearbox and align it with this little catch over here inside the trigger assembly. At this stage, you can actually secure the trigger unit with a pin, which you should push from the right side to the left. You can push it in just with your finger right now and then secure it with the punch. Then from the left side to the right, we install all the pins back in the same order that they came out, being mindful of the little knurlings so that the knurlings are on the left side. If it doesn't want to go in, just move the gearbox a little bit so that it does. Actually, the bottom one we don't need to put in because we didn't put the back plate. So the bottom one will only go in once the butt plate is in, because obviously otherwise it doesn't do anything. So let me just take that off really quick, because I already managed to push it in almost all the way. Okay, here we go. Once all of them are in, you can, with something that has a flat surface, doesn't matter what, you just push them in. Good. At this stage, everything is secure, the gearbox is secure, also the barrel is secure, so we can move forward by installing the nozzle and the bracket set. First, before installing the nozzle, make sure this little latch is fully pressed in. Then press in the nozzle, take the spring with the spring guide, and prepare the bracket. Before installing the bracket, don't forget to put this little spring in that you will have to be mindful of. If this falls down, you can do two things. You can actually pinch it a little bit with a plier so that it has more tension on it, or you can actually put just a little bit of grease in there so that it holds it. It only needs to hold it in place until you install it. Then the spring cannot fall off. So at this stage, we need to compress this little spring. Be very careful not to orient it towards your face, because otherwise you can poke an eye out. Just press it in and hold it with your finger fully depressed in. Then take the bracket, carefully position it, and then you can let go of the spring, because I'm actually putting tension with my fingers instead of the screws, and then I can move over to my thumb and also press down so that it doesn't fall off. You can then put the screws in and start screwing it in. Once the first screw is in, you can actually let go. It should be already secured. Give those screws a little tug, not too much, because it's held in plastic, so you don't want to overdo it. Just check that the spring guide is where it's supposed to be. It has a little bit of a nubbin over there that it aligns to. but it will find its position. No, don't worry about it. And also the little spring, make sure it is inside and it looks like this. Let me maybe make a bit of light there so they can see. Yeah, there we go. Then we can finish off with the butt plate, which we just press in, then push the pin from the left side to the right. Just press it in, and then those two little screws. Done. What's left to do is just installing the cover for the barrel, and we're basically done. Before installing the cover though, make sure all the wires are routed and just hold them with your finger, pinch them a little bit so that they don't want to fall off again. Like so. Install the cover in. Don't be too rough with this, as it is thin plastic. And then just install the 3 screws. Oh, I actually went a little bit sideways with this screw. So be careful always that you're aligned before torquing on the screws. And there we go. The only step now left is to install the barrel cover, which you can see that it has a little small notch here that you need to align on the hop-up chamber and on the cover, and then just press it in. Like align this, and also in the front one, and just press it in. And that's about it. At this stage, the pistol is fully assembled. We just need to connect the battery back, route the cables to the other side so it makes it a little bit easier to close. Push the battery in, then push the cables in, and we can then close the slide. And there you have it, fully assembled SSE18.